Hello again! Well, as you may remember from my previous video, I was in Tune in Denmark and I spent the week here at this place for Miniature in June. And for those of you who are new here, a Miniature in June is a summer school for miniaturists where we spend 1 week every year in July making miniatures. There are 6 teachers here and from all over the world and students as well from all over the world. And we have a really wonderful time and they teach, well, fantastic classes. So I was there. I didn't film too much because I was just so concentrated on what I was doing. So these are actually images from 3 years ago, but it hasn't changed. It's still the same. It's lovely, and yeah. The one thing I did film was actually my room. This is my room before I came in, because after I put all my stuff in there, it was just like a bomb exploded, because I have to bring so much. As a member of the board, we prepare everything, and yeah, I have to bring so many things, so it was like a huge mess. So, but anyway, just a quick snippet of what you may see when you arrive at Miniature in June. And actually about the students, we had students from Australia, Singapore, Portugal, USA, Canada, Germany, Belgium, the Netherlands, Norway, Sweden, and Denmark. I think I have, and yeah, did I say Belgium? No, Belgium was a teacher, but yeah. And Israel. Now, classes are from Monday to Friday, but most students arrive on Sunday, as did I, because I have to prepare lots of things. And so do our teachers, because they have to prepare our classes. And here is one of my teachers, Ela Kiefhaber, and she was teaching a Stumpwork casket and Stumpwork mirror. And I was taking the Stumpwork mirror class. And here she is preparing the embroidery frames for us. Ada is making embroidery frames, right?
Yeah.
For us.
For the Stumpwork embroidery. So the smaller one will be for our for training all the stitches.
Yeah.
And the big one is where our main piece.
Oh,
is
the
going
real
the
project.
Real one.
Practice piece and a real.
The practice piece. So we're going to practice all the different stitches first on the little one.
Yeah.
And then we have the big one for you to start your project.
Okay. Well, I'm looking forward to it. Here's a few samples that Ela did. Not finished.
Not finished.
But I think, I love that. The lion, and I hope it's in focus. So beautiful. Well, you carry on. She has a few more to do.
I will be gluing till I'm done.
Yeah. It's fairly quick, so.
Yeah.
Now, Ela finished her casket during the class, and in that process she showed us all the stitches she used and some tips and tricks and how to assemble the casket or the mirror. She didn't make the mirror during class, but it's the same process. And here are her, well, I took a few photos during class. Here's the process of her stitching, and here they are a little bit faster, and again, but it was interesting. I think it's a really good way to teach a class. And here is the finished casket, well, the bottom part anyway. And here are a few photos of the finished piece. Now remember, this is tiny, tiny, tiny work. I did not finish my piece. I didn't even start on my real project. I just did some practice stitching. I've never done any stump work before, and I'm not really an embroiderer. I have embroidered in the past, but not a lot. But as you know, I'm a really slow worker, so. Now, there were a few students like Maria. They almost finished their project. Here's some of her practice stitching. And the mirror, she already did a lot, and it was beautiful. And of course, you cannot finish that in 2 days. And here is Marie's piece, which I really like because she incorporated some of her personal stories in there of her engagement, and which was a long time ago. And here we have some pieces by, who was that? And well, actually that was my practice piece, and I'm doing like an under the sea theme with a mermaid, and I have a fantastic, and I'll show you that later. I have a fantastic picture, and I'm using that as an inspiration. Here is the casket itself. That was made by Ayla, and some more practice pieces, and the real piece, start of the real piece. Again, really lovely piece. And oh yeah, this was my neighbor, Christina. And she's going to do some traditional Swedish designs on there. And Claire here had a beautiful peacock embroidery starting on her, this is the real piece, on her casket. That looks fantastic. Really beautiful. I love those colors. And of course, the peacock is beautiful. And Genevieve, she did really well. She was quite fast, as was Maria, and beautiful stitching. Yeah, some people are so clever and fast. So here are some of the pieces in the other classes. This was the witch, sculpting a witch class from Timea Vajon. And there are some fantastic witches there. I love this. I'm not a sculptor myself, but the results are absolutely fantastic, and everybody loved her class. So yeah, there's some really great pieces there. Humorous, and yeah, love them. This one was by one of our students. She's been coming for 16 years, and she made this cheeky little bit sexy witch. And here's Tima's husband showing us the photos of when the witches were naked. And here is Eric Goddard's class, Luce, which is an exterior scene of a courtyard. And what I really liked about this one is that with the same ingredients, people made such different atmospheres. And yeah, it's 24th scale, and it looks fantastic. I really, really like this one. And of course, this will be, when they get home, they'll dress it more with flowers and pots and what have you. Here's another one, different cobblestones, different colors. And this next one, this blue one, was made by Ping, and she is one of the former organizers of Miniature in Tune. And I really like this one. It just gives off these Southern European vibes, like maybe Portuguese or Spanish or maybe Greek. Yeah. And here's another one. Ursula made that. This year, Ursula was both teaching and a student, and she took this class. So, yeah, another wonderful class. Love that. And here's Jens Storm's class, his A class, and they made this Art Nouveau tray. And I made this tray maybe more than 10 years ago, and it was a lot of work, but they all did brilliantly. And there was one student who did kind of her own design. This is Betty's, and she's our treasurer. And Godela, I mean, there were Gisela, a first-year student, never done any silver before. Look at that piece, look at it. Absolutely fantastic. Oh my goodness. And of course, long-time students as well. Fantastic work. Beautiful, beautiful pieces. I absolutely love them. I love mine as well, but I mean, everyone did absolutely fantastic. Here's another one of our teachers, Marie-Louise Markhorst, and she took Jens's class as well. Again, beautiful piece. Well, she did go to silver class school, but that's the great part. So we had someone who went to actual silver school. I mean, she's a silversmith or goldsmith, and someone who had never done any of the work, and they all created beautiful pieces, absolutely beautiful pieces. So yeah. You can all come. I mean, it's unless you have two left hands, but if you have any little bit of skills, anyone can join in the classes. Now, here's another fantastic class. I would have loved taking this class, but it was so full that both Marie, our secretary of Miniature in Tune, and I decided to take ourselves out of the lottery, so to give other people more chances. But there is talk of maybe doing this class again in the future. Not next year, but who knows. So, student from Singapore, and everyone did such a fantastic. I think Esther was a new student as well, first-year student. Beautiful work, and again, I should say all of our teachers. Josje is a fantastic teacher. This one was actually finished. Lina's always very fast and does beautiful work. She's good too. But it doesn't matter. I always say, I'm a very slow worker. I rarely finish. It doesn't matter. You can finish at home.
Dan moest ik door die pinnetjes.
He said in those, I don't know what they're called, those pieces that tighten the strings, we had to drill holes. Like that's going to happen. But they did. They all did. And Josje, of course, can help you. This is his work. If you feel you cannot do it, teachers will help you and sometimes do it for you. So, of course, you're encouraged to do it yourself, but sometimes, especially like I did in the silver class, sometimes it's so tiny that it's a bit scary, and your teacher will help you there. So, Baroque cello by Josje. So this was during the presentation on Wednesday night, the presentation of all the pieces, and we also have sales night at that time. So then the students and the teachers are allowed to sell their work if it's their own work. So here are the items that I bought in June. This is my bidding number. Here is the auction list, and we had 66 auction items, so that was really good. And again, thank you for everyone who donated a piece. A lot of pieces are handmade, and some pieces were not. And I'll show you. I got some tulips, and of course these were handmade by Anneliese Lausen from Denmark, and I think she has been going to Miniature in June for 16 years, so every year that we've had Miniature in June, she's been a student. But she also teaches, and she taught a seminar this year, and she did last year as well. And I have a few photos, and I'll show you later. They're not very good, but I'll show you anyway. But she always makes beautiful tulips, and I really wanted a bunch of her tulips, so I bought those. Yeah, I like the color too. Black tulips are actually mostly purple. This item, it's a KitchenAid, and I really liked it. I saw it the night before, and this was donated by Eleanor, and it came in a box with lots of pieces in there, and I thought she just forgot it on our table. So I went back and found her, and said, "Oh, you left your box on the table." And she said, no, that's for the auction. And there were so many pieces in there, and these are pieces, I think they come in eggs, but they're really fun. We can't get them in the Netherlands, so but I loved this piece, so I bid for it. And look at how it's done. So there's the entire, it's so much fun. I'm not sure where these pieces come from. Can I see that? It's tiny print. I'll have to look at it. Well, maybe if I put on these, I can see what it says. Let me see. So you may be able to find them as well. What does it say? USA. No, these are made in China. But I think the KitchenAid is made in USA, of course. But I think these plastic pieces are made in China. But look how much fun these are. I don't know what the front is. Might be the other way around. And then this comes out, of course. And here's the blade. And this comes out. And that comes apart. Oh, it's upside down, like that. Comes apart, so you can put the blade in here or on here. There. And that locks into place. And goes onto there. But I absolutely loved it. And there were several pieces in there. Was a vacuum cleaner that came apart in lots of pieces. There was a coffee grinder, big. Well, I'm going like that, but it was small. But it was also with all these pieces and packaging. There were drills, like electric drills, and saws, and it was so much fun. But everyone was in love with them, so it was getting The bidding was fierce, let's just say. So I only got this one, but I'm very happy with this one, and I think it's so much fun. So we'll have to look at it. I'll have to ask her what it's called, those eggs, and maybe we can find them online as well. But that one. And then another piece that I really liked. Well, you know, I like embroidered pieces, right? So this one was made by Marie, our secretary, the Miniaturist Journal Foundation secretary. And this is a floor cushion, and it's embroidered. You can hardly see it, but it is embroidered. They're tiny stitches. And it says the pattern was adapted from a rug from Afghanistan, and I know that was her parents' rug. And she embroidered the rug. It was a big rug, so it was a lot of work. And it's beautiful, beautiful rug. And she also made a floor cushion. And I really like this. I think it will fit in either my library, or because the colors are really good with that. And I think the theme also fits that. Or I'll put it in my new dollhouse, the one I'm still building. But I think it looks fantastic in the study in my first canal house. So, but I'm really happy with it. First of all, because last year I tried bidding. She also made wooden bowls, beautiful sets of wooden bowls, really beautiful. And so many people were bidding for those, and I didn't get it. And this year again, she made something I really liked, and I like having something that she made. So yeah, very happy with that. So more pieces. And now here are two pieces I did not buy at the auction, but I bought from Jens Dorp at the sales night. Oh, is there anything in here? Oh, there we go. I have to wear my glasses, see what I'm doing. So this is a candle snuffer. Here are the scissors. And here's the stand. Now, I already have candlesticks that are the same yeah, that was my the converter of my solar panels. You hear that? So, but anyway, so here I have to look at which way around they were supposed to go. There we go. So the candlesticks I have are the same, you know, they have the same base and the same pattern, but I did not buy the candle snuffer yet. So I really like this. It's just such a, I don't know, it's such a pretty item. I really like this. So very pleased with that. And another small piece, which is a Japanese teapot. And again, I like tea, and I like teapots, and I also really like the Japanese aesthetic. So it has a lotus flower motif on the top there. small pieces, but I really like them. So that's what I got at the auction and at the sales night. Well, that's it for today. Thank you for watching. Until next time.